Hello, 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 naturals. Hello, Go Natural English Challenge Week. How are you? I am so excited to be here with you today. It's day 5. Can you believe it? It's day 5 of our 5-day English challenge. February 12th to the 16th. I cannot believe it's already February 16th. Can you believe it? Yes. So, welcome to day 5, our 5th and final day of the English challenge. So, welcome and hello. Please tell me hello in the comments if you can see me and hear me. And if you're here, I would love to know. You can say hello in the comments. You can let me know where you're from in the world. Tell me where you're watching from, what country, what city. I am coming to you from the middle of the United States, right over there. Yes, I am in the middle of the United States, and I'm from the United States. Maybe you already knew that. Maybe you didn't know that. If you didn't know, my name is Gabby Wallace, founder of Go Natural English, where you are right now for the English Challenge Week this week. Also, that's me. I wrote this ebook, The English Fluency Formula, and I'm going to show you a sample of it today that's going to help you with your fluency in English. So today, day 5 is all about fluency. Now, in the other days this week, we focused on different topics, but today is about fluency. Today is day 5. It's the very last day of our English Challenge week. We did all week. We did it over Valentine's Day as well. On Wednesday, if you were here, we celebrated Valentine's Day together and shared our love of English together. And that was lovely. I've been having so much fun with you all. So let me take a look at your comments on the official watch page. So if you are watching this somewhere else, like on YouTube or somewhere, I don't know where else, but make sure that you're watching today and all the days on the official Go Natural English watch page at gonaturalelenglish.com/challenge-1. That is where I'm able to see your comments. So if you are somewhere else, please join us on the watch page. If you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description. You can click on it and join us easily. Awesome. It's so good to see Aldo, Abdul Salam, Veronica, Oshana, Sharif, Marc Antoine. Wow, Rosangela and Martine. Wonderful. And so many more people. I'm sorry, I can't say all your names today because there are literally hundreds and hundreds of comments. And one thing that I'm really, really proud of is so far, not even counting today, the 5th day, but so far in the first 4 days of the English Challenge, we have had over 50,000 participants. That's 50,000 participants. And that means so much to me. That means that I accomplished my goal of reaching more English learners and introducing you all to the Go Natural English method and techniques that can help you to become an independent English learner, to learn English on your own. If you use the Go Natural English method and techniques, you're going to see a big improvement in your English fluency. You need your own motivation. That is what you need to supply, your own dedication and motivation. I can't force anyone to be motivated on their own. I also can't force you to change your mindset, but I can help you. Like on day 1, we talked about mindset and how to cultivate a learning mindset. Because you see, if your mind is closed, And if you're thinking negative thoughts, like, for example, don't think this, but just for example, I'll never learn English. I'm bad at English. My English is so horrible. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm stupid. I'll never learn. Those kind of thoughts are really not helpful, and you're actually blocking yourself from learning quickly when you think those things in your mind. So please start with a positive learning mindset, and some things you can do to cultivate a learning mindset are to think positive thoughts like, I can do this. I'm learning a little bit every day. I'm improving every day. Learning is very easy for me. I learn quickly because I'm smart. Now, these are examples of what you can say to yourself, okay? You can say also, mistakes are okay. Mistakes are how I learn. So there's a lot of things that you can say to yourself or think to yourself that will help you to have a learning mindset. It's all about thinking positively. And that's why I always tell you how much I appreciate and enjoy and am thankful. Can you see my thankful sign? I'm thankful for your positive comments, because here at Go Natural English, positivity is step one. A positive mindset is step one. So when I see negative comments, there's no room for that. I don't respond to that. If I see any negative comments, I know that that person is not ready for learning. Truly, that person is not ready. So I really appreciate and enjoy and just love seeing your positive comments. So I'm watching for your comments on the official watch page. Again, make sure that you have joined the English challenge at gonaturalenglish.com/challenge, because today is the last day. It's the last day to join. I'm doing this completely for free. There's no catch, there's no bribe, I'm not selling anything. I don't have anything to sell, actually. The Fluent Communication course is currently closed with a long waiting list for the next time it opens, probably next month. I have gotten a lot of emails about how to study with Go Natural English. So if you're one of the people who's emailed me asking about the Go Natural English course, you can sign up for the wait list at gonaturalenglish.com/registration. Also, the link is below this video if you're watching on the watch page. So yeah, I don't have anything that you can buy. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just wanted to do English Challenge Week with you, to spend some time with you and introduce you to the Go Natural English method and techniques, at least an introduction, because we have a short time, but to introduce you to these topics completely for free, because I want you to benefit from them. I want you to know that there's a different way to learn English, and actually to become a language learner, not just an English language learner, but a better language learner who is an expert at language learning. So everything that you learn at Go Natural English, you can apply to learning other languages. So if you've always wanted to learn another language and another language and another language, like me, I love learning languages, I understand. I'm going to show you how to become a language learning expert. And these ideas, especially like the learning mindset, will help you to learn anything, not just English, not just language, but anything that you want to learn. Okay, so I already told you about signing up, and the reason for that is because today is the last day to sign up for the challenge. And after today, I'm going to be sending out a prize for people who participated, to say thank you for your time that you spent together with me in our English Challenge Week. This is a really special event for me. I hope it's been special for you as well. I mean, it's a really good opportunity for you to listen to a lot of English and learn about the Go Natural English method. And yes, I mentioned over 50,000 people have already joined this challenge, which is pretty awesome. And thousands of people have already asked me about how to study together with me. That's like a lot of people. And so, as I mentioned, I don't have any course open right now, but you can get on the waiting list with a lot of other people. You can get on the waiting list for the next fluent communication course that's going to open next month in March, about a month from now. And the link for that is gonaturaleNglish.com/registration. Or you can come to the Go Natural English website, click on course, and it'll take you to that page as well. Okay, so day 1, we talked about mindset. Day 2, we talked about how to increase your vocabulary and how to remember words. So actually training your brain to work better. Sorry, that was day 3. Day 2 was listening skills, how to understand native English speakers more easily with more confidence. And day 3 was about how to remember vocabulary. Day 4, yesterday, we talked about pronunciation and how to approach pronunciation so that you're learning piece by piece, how to move your mouth to make the sounds, how to approach words in a way that will reduce your accent and make you sound more like a native speaker. If you want to know more about that, you can watch day 4. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be sending out a review of all the lessons at the end. So I'm excited for that. All right, so today we're talking about fluency, overall fluency, and how to put this all together. So today I want to talk a little bit, not too much, about traditional English classes. We've already talked about, how traditional English classes haven't really worked for a lot of students. So if your goal is to be able to have conversations in English, traditional English classes don't often work for you because in traditional English classes, the goal is usually to do things on paper, to read and then take a reading comprehension test, to write and write essays or fill in the blanks with the best word form or the grammar structure that fits in the blank. But these kinds of exercises don't help your fluency very much. They can actually hurt your fluency. You might be wondering, how would that hurt my fluency? I'm studying English. Isn't that good to learn grammar and take tests? Isn't that going to help me improve? Well, actually, what it does to your mind is it trains you for test taking, where our goal is to be perfect in filling in the blanks or matching words or choosing the correct multiple choice answer. But none of that has anything to do with communicating in real life. What it trains us to do is to strive for perfection and not connection with other people. And so think about alternatively, how do you communicate when you're having a conversation? Do you always choose the proper grammar? No. Native English speakers often don't speak grammatically correctly. We use words like ain't or double negatives like ain't not, or we might mismatch the pronoun and the verb like there are instead of there is, or little things like that. But we know it's gonna be okay because we're just communicating the best we can. And that's how real life conversations go. No one is going to wait for you to think of the perfect sentence. Conversations keep going and they go quickly and people speak quickly and we get excited and we want to communicate with each other because humans want to connect. This is one of our deepest needs and desires as humans, is to connect with each other. Do we need perfect grammar all the time just to connect with each other? I don't think so. I think that we can connect in an imperfect way. Now, I'm not saying that you should try to make mistakes or that, it's good to speak bad English or with bad grammar, but I'm saying it's okay to start there and to learn. The problem that a lot of us have when we learn English is we're very hesitant. Have you ever felt shy or hesitant to speak English? Can you tell me in the comments? Respond in the comments. Have you ever felt shy or hesitant, or like you just can't get the words out in English? I'm looking for your comments now. Thank you for your comments, Aldo and Marissa. Good to see you. Okay, yes, I see a lot of yeses many times. Yes, okay. So make sure also that you're commenting on the official watch page. I can see the comments there, but I'm not going to be able to see them on YouTube. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about when I say that you feel hesitant. Why is that? It's mostly because you've been trained for perfection on your English test, in your English classroom, on your homework or your grammar exercises, and not for connection, okay? Traditional methods that ask you to speak or write in perfect English are also creating this problem where you're afraid to speak because you're afraid to make a mistake. And I understand that because no one wants to get a bad grade. No one wants to be yelled at by their teacher or laughed at by their classmates. But it's time for a new way, a new method that actually makes you feel at ease to try your English. No one's going to laugh at you at Go Natural English. Your teacher is not going to yell at you. It's very supportive, and we encourage mistakes. We encourage you to use your English to connect with other people in our community. So think about how you can use your English on your own or with Go Natural English to connect with people. And understand that most people would rather connect with you, talk with you, converse with you imperfectly than not at all. So what I'm saying, in other words, is speaking English with some mistakes is way better than not speaking at all or missing your opportunity because you're trying to create the perfect sentence in your mind and you miss your opportunity to speak because the conversation has moved on. So sometimes we pay too much attention to being perfect. We think too much. We think too much trying to translate. How do I say this? Let me look in my dictionary. Okay, let me translate from my dictionary. Now, okay, how do I say that in English? But is it right? Do I know the right pronunciation? And then you miss your chance. So actually, this might sound funny, but we need to learn to think a bit less, to translate less, and to learn how to connect from where we are today. Now, can I share a couple of very big, important techniques for you to improve your fluency? Tell me in the comments, yes or yes. I just want to know you're still there. Okay, it's a little bit delayed. Oh, I see another question from Ahmed. How can we watch the previous lessons? To watch the previous lessons, make sure that you are signed up at gonaturaleNglish.com/challenge, and I will send you all the previous lessons so that you can watch them anytime. Okay, great. I see a lot of yes, yes, of course. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ahmed, Marissa, Oshana, Mido. Hopefully I'm saying your names correctly. Alex, Sharif. Awesome. Okay, so number one, there's two big things. Number one, now this has nothing to do with grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, or any rules, any vocabulary. Number one is you need to know why you are learning English. Not why your teacher wants you to learn English, not why your family wants you to learn English, not why your friends, your husband, your wife, your dog, your cats, we need to know why you want to learn English. So you have to ask yourself, maybe it's a good idea to get really quiet, go to a place where you're alone, and think about, why do I want to learn English? Why do I really want to learn English? I'll give you some examples. For me, I want to learn other languages. Like, I wanted to learn Portuguese because I enjoy traveling to Brazil. And several years in a row, I went to Carnival. This year, actually, Carnival was this past week. I didn't go this year. I know, I'm so sad. But I felt like having a quiet year this year. Anyway, I wanted to learn Portuguese because I wanted to travel to Brazil and be able to speak with Brazilians in their native language. I wanted to understand the music that I love, Brazilian music. I love a lot of kinds of music, but I wanted to understand it firsthand. I wanted to learn another language, Japanese, because I was living and working in Japan. And you know, a lot of foreign people move to Japan and never learn Japanese because you don't have to. I mean, you can live there. You're not going to die if you don't know Japanese. But I realized how important it was to understand more about the culture and the language and be able to do everyday tasks in Japanese, asking for information. If I was lost, if I didn't know how to pay for my train ticket, or if I didn't know how to go to the place where I wanted to go, I needed to be able to ask for information. So it was more survival for me, although, as I mentioned, I wasn't going to die not knowing Japanese, but knowing Japanese would make my life a lot better. It certainly did. So I learned how to speak in a basic way. So, for example, well, it's been a long time since I spoke Japanese, but in a very, very simple way, I could say, you know, where is the blah, blah, blah? So the blah, 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 wa doko desu ka? Where is it? Doko desu ka is where is it? Dochi ga ii desu ka? How do you do that? Wow, now it's coming back to me. I always tell you guys that I know all these languages, but then I never show you, so I figure I should say some things. There's probably some Brazilians watching, so what should I say in Portuguese? I don't know. Parabéns, Beija-Flor. Beija-Flor is the school, the samba school that won Carnival in Rio this year. So I said, congratulations to Beija-Flor. Beija-Flor. Yeah, my pronunciation. Okay, so tell me, why? Why are you learning English? I want to see in the comments. I'm looking now. Yeah, great. Okay, I see I see a lot of great a lot of great comments. Travel, because I love the language. Amazing. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, cool. All right. So, sorry, I'm reading the comments. I can't get lost in the comments. I'll read all of your comments right after we finish here. Okay, number two. Number two, after you know why you're learning English, number two is to define what you need to learn in English in order to satisfy the reason why you're learning English. So I saw one person comment that he wants to learn English for travel. Perfect. This is more specific. Now we need to define, what do we need to know in order to know English for travel. Maybe we need to know how to ask for information, how to make reservations, how to speak to people in cafes or restaurants or shopping. It's also part of travel. Maybe to do a lot of self-introductions, because I know when I travel, everyone always asks me, what's your name? Where are you from? Or where did you come from? Where are you from? Where are you going next? How long will you stay? These kinds of questions are very, very common. What do you do? Okay, it's not travel specific, but it's in a lot of self-introductions. So we need to think about defining what you need to know. If you're learning English for travel, you don't need to know the same vocabulary as someone who is learning English for the GRE, which is a graduate school test to enter university in the United States. You don't need to know the same grammar as someone who's taking the TOEFL test or the IELTS test. That person would have to push themselves a bit harder and learn the rules of those tests. But if you're learning English for travel, it's different. You need to know different topics, different vocabulary, maybe more casual vocabulary, different vocabulary, because when you're speaking English to someone in a restaurant or at a bar or maybe an event for travelers, they're going to speak to you in a casual way. They're going to say, "Hey, what's up? How's it going?" They're not going to say, "Hello, sir. How are you this evening?" Unless you're staying at a fancy hotel, then maybe the people working at the hotel will be very respectful and fancy and formal to you. So anyway, the point is, number one, know why you're learning English. And number two, define what English you need to know. So part of my method at Go Natural English is to make sure that every learner knows why he or she is learning English. That is so important in order to reach your goal in English. So it's not my goal that you're reaching, it's your goal that you're reaching. Okay? I hope that that's clear. All right. So, one thing about learning your why, your reason, your goal, and defining it is that sometimes it changes. And that's okay. That's a good thing. For example, with my Portuguese, I first learned Portuguese for everyday conversation. I learned a lot of Portuguese through music, and that's kind of common, casual vocabulary in a lot of music. I learned the Portuguese that I needed to have very surface level conversations, introducing myself, talking about where I'm from, talking about how long I'm staying in Brazil, talking about what kind of food that I like. Okay? Kind of beginner, almost intermediate level, but it worked for a long time, for years. For years, I was able to feel pretty confident at that level. And then something happened. Last year, I went to Brazil, and I didn't go just to travel. I didn't go just for carnival. Did I go to carnival last year? I think it was last year, maybe the year before. Anyway, the last time I went to Brazil was November, just a few months ago. And I didn't go for carnival. I didn't go to the beach. I didn't go just to travel, just to hang out, just to have fun. The reason why I went in November was for a business conference. Actually, there were several business conferences that I went to, several business events. The Portuguese in those events was very different than the Portuguese that I had been speaking to friends on the beach or in carnival. I all of a sudden was challenged to understand more formal language, more academic language. I realized I needed to redefine what I needed to know. I needed to redefine the scope or the amount of my vocabulary. I needed to learn words like engagement, or in Portuguese, engajamento, or what else? What else did I learn? That was one word that stuck out to me because you don't often hear song lyrics about engagements, like how to engage with your clients, for example. So, anyway, I had to redefine my reason why I was learning more Portuguese and the definition of what I needed to learn. So, as you live your life, as your experiences bring you to new opportunities, as your learning brings you to new opportunities, you may need to redefine your reason why and how you define what English you're learning. Okay, so change is okay. I want you to know that change will probably happen, but the first step is to just think about what you want to be able to do in the next 6 months. Okay, and I mentioned to you that I spent years speaking Portuguese at a basic level, and it was good. But after about, that would be about 5 years of speaking basic Portuguese, I realized it was ready for the next step. And now I'm learning more professional Portuguese. So ask yourself, how much is enough English for me in the next 6 months? What level do you want to be at in the next 6 months? What do you want to be able to do in the next 6 months? Do you want to be able to do something simple like order a coffee or order a meal? Do you want to do something like ask for information? Do you want to be able to just greet people? I mean, if you can say hello, that's in a way a kind of fluency, because if I say hello and you say hello, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not incorrect. It's not fluent. It is fluent. We just said 2 words in English and it's fluent. But obviously it's very basic. So you have to decide, what is your goal for the next 6 months? So if you want to bring your English to a more intermediate level, that includes sharing your opinion, maybe discussing different topics from the news or current events. And more advanced would be being able to negotiate in English, being able to make a presentation in English. Even native speakers have to prepare for presentations and negotiations. So even on a linguistic level, we have to think about what vocabulary would be good and how do we organize our speaking points. So that's a challenge for all people. So learn what you need to learn for your goals. That's all I'm trying to say, is that a lot of English textbooks or classes don't consider your personal goals. And now you're an adult, probably you know why you want to learn English. If you don't know, think about it, because this is going to give you motivation to learn. And you have to have motivation to learn. If you don't have motivation, you're not going to learn. Really, it's that simple. If you're not motivated, no one's going to be able to force you to learn. That comes from inside, just like motivation. I can't just give you a pill and say, here, eat this, take this. Well, we don't eat pills, but swallow this pill, take this pill, and you'll be fluent in English. No, it takes work. It takes dedication. It takes commitment. It takes time, and it takes motivation to make it happen. So that's why I'm really emphasizing that for English fluency and to bring everything together to be a successful English learner on your own, you have to know why, and you have to think about how much is enough English for you, at least in the next 6 months. 6 months is a good amount of time, because if you think about 5 years, 10 years, it's too much. Nobody really knows what their life is going to be like in 5 or 10 years. I mean, we can guess, but things might change. We don't know. Maybe the English that you learn in the next 6 months will get you a promotion or will give you that opportunity to live abroad in an English-speaking country. And then you have new challenges. Or maybe you're already in an English-speaking country, and what you learn in the next 6 months will give you the opportunity to make a presentation, to do a TEDx talk or a big talk. And then you have to prepare for something new. So just focus on the next 6 months here. So now that you know why you're learning English and you have an idea of your the scope, the amount of English that you need to learn, I can give you three things, three techniques or three advanced topics that will help you to speak more fluently. Can I share those with you? Tell me in the comments if I can share those. It's good to see all of your comments on the official watch page. Yeah, great. Javier, thank you for your comments. You have a lot of good reasons to get better work, to improve your vocabulary. Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. I love seeing your comments, you guys. And I'll type some responses after we're done. But while I'm speaking, it's hard to actually reply and type at the same time. Okay, I see a lot of yes, 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 yes. Okay, good. Just want to make sure it's okay. So, to improve your fluency, your speaking, I talked a little bit about this yesterday in the pronunciation lesson. And just so you know, these lessons are surface level. They're introductions to these topics. There's no way that I can teach you everything you need to know about fluency, everything you need to know about pronunciation, everything you need to know about grammar, phrasal verbs, vocabulary. Guys, no, that's why I have the whole Go Natural English Fluent Communication course that lasts 6 months long, because there's a lot of details that you need to know. So, in general, 3 things that you need to know, in general, for fluency are connected speech. So, for example, we often learn in traditional English classroom how to understand and how to speak very clear English. For example, do you want to join me for the English challenge? Wow, that's very slow and not very natural or native-like. I would probably say, do you want to join me for the English challenge? Wow, okay, that's a bit more like it. So, do you want to changes to do you wanna? Do you wanna? So, want to is a good example of how speech connects. 2 words connect and the sounds change. So, it's not want to anymore, it's wanna. Wow. And then we have gonna, wanna. And we have a lot of other connected speech too. I think I gave you an example yesterday, on day 2 of the challenge about for listening skills. For example, did you eat yet? Might sound like did ya eat yet? Did you eat yet? It almost sounds like one word. This is an example of connected speech. For example, another example, a classic example. Hey, where's John? Is he busy? Is he busy? Is he busy? What is that? Is he busy? Is he busy? But it sounds like one word. So, learn connected speech. Those are just some examples to show you what connected speech is like. Learn also, when you're speaking, about syllable stress. Word stress is, as we talked about yesterday in pronunciation, how to make the correct stress on a word. So, for example, the word hello. In English, we say hello. We don't say hello. We say hello. Or like the word you see over my shoulder, thankful. We say thankful and not thankful. That sounds weird and it's hard for me to say. Another example, I have my little parrot friend here. We say parrot, not parrot. I can't do it. It's so hard. Well, I did it, but it sounds hard. It sounds really weird for me. Okay. So learn word stress. And then the next level up from word stress is phrase stress. So, for example, let's just take some of these things that I have on my desk here. So if we say, hello, parrot, if we want to emphasize that we're saying hello to the parrot, we would put the stress on this word, parrot. Hello, parrot. Like, I didn't expect to see a parrot here. Hello, parrot. But if I expected to see a parrot here, it's not something I need to stress. It's normal. I might stress the word hello. Hello, parrot. Hello, naturals. I expected to see you here, so I can stress hello because my intention is to greet you and to show you that I'm stressing the greeting. Okay, so phrase level stress is important. And finally, third, right, we said number 1, connected speech. Number 2, phrase level stress. And number 3, thought chunking. So thought chunking, I just made a video about this if you check out the Go Natural English YouTube channel. Thought chunking means that you are chunking together, grouping together words that are related into a phrase and then pausing after them. So the concept is really simple, but the ability to do this takes practice. What's the best way to be able to do this is to listen to a lot of English, just like you're doing right now. So I'm gonna also show you an example inside the English fluency formula, if that's okay with you. Is it okay? Can we look at the English fluency formula? I want to share a chapter about fluency and having conversations, and I'm also going to show you a little bit about thought chunking. Okay? So tell me yes, or yes, or yes, and I will share that with you. And then that'll be the last thing before we wrap up the English Challenge Week. I'm almost sad that it's coming to an end. I see a lot of yeses. Oh, Aldo asks, phrasal verbs is something really important, isn't it? And that's really hard. You have to memorize and use them on a daily basis. Yeah, phrasal verbs are important, for sure. So a lot of input, a lot of exposure to phrasal verbs is really important. And one way you can get that is by listening to more natural English. And of course, lessons on phrasal verbs. Okay, cool. So I see a lot of yeses. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Awesome. So you should be able to see inside the English fluency formula. This book is normally for sale, but I want to show you a sample of it. So we're going to go to the end, almost the end, and look at deep conversation, which has to do with fluency. This will help us with our fluency a lot, having conversations that are deeper, not just surface level. Hi, how are you? My name is Gabby. What's your name? Like, what do you say after that part? Don't let the conversation just go quiet. I'm going to share some tools for you, some ideas to think about that will help you to have better conversations and more fluency. So this is pretty advanced. So, don't feel overwhelmed, but I just want to share this with you as a way to challenge yourself. So here we go. I'm going to share this with you. You can read along with me if you can look at the screen and listen at the same time. Many people, native and non-native English speakers alike, get stuck in superficial conversation. What about when you want to bring the conversation to a deeper level? How do you do that? Okay, let's pause, time out, because I told you that we'd talk about thought chunking. So did you hear how I was reading with pauses? Let me actually read this paragraph to you again without thought chunking. Are you ready? This is not good. This is without any chunking. Many people, native and non-native English speakers alike, get stuck in superficial conversation. What about when you want to bring the conversation to a deeper level? How do you do that? That hurts me to read that way, really. That was fast, but it was boring. And sometimes fast is not that good because when we just run all the words together like that, it loses a lot of feeling. So thought chunking is about adding feeling, and it's also going to make your English more fun and easier to listen to. So here we go again with thought chunking. Many people, native and non-native English speakers alike, get stuck in superficial conversation. What about when you want to bring the conversation to a deeper level? How do you do that? So did you see how I paused, especially when there's already a comma? That's obvious, you should pause. But sometimes I paused in other places. Like I would say, what about when you want to bring the conversation to a deeper level? I wouldn't say, what about when you want to bring the conversation to a deeper level? Oh, that hurts me. That hurts me. Giving you bad examples hurts me, but I want to show you a bad example so you can contrast with a good example. So let's continue. You need a toolkit to work on your English skills. In your toolkit, you keep topics that you are ready to talk about. You keep questions you can ask anyone. You keep examples and stories from your experience. You keep phrases and idioms that you like to use. Prepare your toolkit before you have an English conversation by imagining the kinds of things you would like to be able to say. So here we go. Here are several more specific strategies for developing a longer, more enjoyable conversation with a partner. 1, ask authentic questions to ask about your partner's experience and opinions, or to clarify what your partner is asking. Make connections to your partner's ideas. This is called threading. Like when you sew fabric together, you thread 2 similar ideas together into one. 3, challenge your partner's ideas in an exploratory sense. Ask probing questions like, what do you mean? Tell me more. Why do you think that? Use a kind, inquisitive tone. Avoid an overly aggressive tone, or your partner may think you are picking a fight. To pick a fight means to start a fight. And last, number 4, extend the conversation by inviting others in. If there are other people nearby who might like to join, you could ask them a question to draw them into your conversation. All right, so let me come back just to talk to you a little bit more to wrap up our English Challenge week. You guys, I hope that this has been helpful for you. I would love to hear from you how you felt about English Challenge week. Oh my gosh, Gilberto just sent me a super chat tip on YouTube. That's awesome. I wasn't even expecting that. Thank you, Gilberto. That's awesome. So yes, I just want to tell you all who are asking me about how to study with me more, because this is the end of our English challenge. I don't know when I'm going to do this again because I love doing this, but I'm in the middle of a lot of stuff at Go Natural English. I'm in the middle of the Fluent Communication course that's already running, and it is awesome. It is a lot of materials. So if you want to know about the next Fluent Communication course, you can sign up for the waitlist at gonaturalenglish.com/registration. It's not open right now, but that is the best way for you to learn about how to study with Go Natural English with our Fluent Communication course in the future. And what else can I tell you besides that? That's the best way for you to learn with me, to learn with the Go Natural English method. I just want to say a big thank you. It means so much to me that we can build a community of people who love learning, period. Of people who love learning languages, and of people who love learning English, like you. It means a lot to me that you spent time with me this week, whether you're just joining today or whether you watched every single daily live English challenge lesson. It means a lot to me that you are here. Yesterday, I was feeling really sick, but I still wanted to do the English challenge with you because it means so much to me to be able to connect with you. I mean, this is awesome. Just this week so far, not even counting today, we've had 50,000, that's 50,000, 50,000 English learners join us during the English Challenge Week. That is so awesome. And I just feel amazing that I can help you with your English and that I can empower you to actually learn on your own using a good method, using good materials, and to really encourage you because I know that you are capable of learning English. You are able to learn any language. You are able to learn anything. It just takes dedication, motivation, the right method, and the right materials. So I want to say thank you again. I'm going to end here, but thank you. And please tell me in the comments what you thought of the English Challenge Week. Tell me in the comments on the official watch page, please, because as I mentioned, they disappear from YouTube. So I want to be able to see them, respond to them, and see you at Go Natural English again soon. I don't know, maybe I'll see you inside the course, maybe I'll see you elsewhere, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah! Sending you lots of love and motivation for your English learning. Bye for now.